Jackie had it all: fame, fortune, and the life most could only dream of. But no one ever imagined the twist her life would take. After years of marriage, surviving public drama, and weathering countless rumors, Jackie shocked everyone when she filed for divorce. But this wasn't just any divorce. Jackie wasn't asking for a mere settlement or division of assets. No, she was demanding an astonishing $300 million from Doug, her husband. At first, people believed Jackie's story. A woman scorned, seeking justice after years of mistreatment. Her accusations seemed straightforward, and many took her side. Doug, on the other hand, appeared to be the bad guy, the one who had wronged her in every possible way. But Doug, a man who had built his business and reputation from the ground up, wasn't about to let those accusations stand. He knew this wasn't just about money, this was about his reputation. He wasn't going to let falsehoods destroy everything. Doug wasted no time in assembling an elite team of lawyers and private investigators. Their task was clear: uncover the truth behind Jackie's allegations. While the world was quick to accept Jackie's narrative, Doug's team began digging into her finances. What they found raised serious questions. Jackie had been withdrawing large sums of money from various accounts without any clear justification. There were offshore accounts, mysterious bank transfers, and an alarming pattern of financial behavior that didn't match her story. It didn't take long for Doug's team to uncover the truth. Jackie had been secretly funneling money into unreported businesses and making covert investments. She had been portraying herself as the struggling wife, emotionally and financially ruined by Doug's alleged mistreatment. But the data told a different story. Doug's staff began piecing together a much darker picture. Jackie had been living a life of luxury, while Doug was being painted as the villain. As Doug's legal team prepared for the court hearing, Jackie arrived, confident and sure that her carefully crafted narrative would win the day. The media was already on her side, and she believed her version of events would resonate with the judge. But Doug was ready. His lawyers showed up with stacks of documents, evidence that would change everything. The courtroom, once filled with anticipation, grew silent as Doug's attorney began to present the evidence. Jackie's confident demeanor quickly began to falter. The first set of documents was introduced: bank statements, tax records, and business documents that revealed Jackie's financial misdeeds. It became clear that she had been lying about her financial struggles. While she claimed to be destitute, the truth was far different. Jackie had been making millions through side deals and investments, all while accusing Doug of mistreating her. The atmosphere in the courtroom shifted. What had begun as a simple divorce case was rapidly turning into a complex financial fraud case. The judge listened intently as Doug's attorney described Jackie's covert activities. Jackie had been secretly transferring money into offshore accounts, making large wire transfers, and even purchasing real estate under false pretenses. The more Doug's team revealed, the more Jackie's carefully constructed story unraveled. But that was just the beginning. As the hearing progressed, the truth became even more damning. Doug's investigators had uncovered a trail of covert emails, phone records, and financial transactions that revealed Jackie had been planning this divorce for over a year. She wasn't just filing for divorce, she had been setting Doug up all along. Jackie had been moving money into secret accounts, spreading rumors about Doug, and fabricating a narrative that painted her as the innocent victim. All of this had been part of her long-term plan to secure a massive payout from Doug. The courtroom was about to witness the most shocking twist of all. Melissa, Jackie's assistant for years, stepped forward. Initially, Melissa had stayed loyal to Jackie, even as the media began to paint Doug as the villain. But as the evidence mounted, Melissa had a change of heart. She revealed that Jackie had instructed her to collect dirt on Doug long before the divorce was even announced. Jackie had wanted Melissa to find any evidence that could be used to portray Doug as a cheater, a liar, and a dishonest husband. But when Melissa couldn't find anything substantial, Jackie took matters into her own hands. She began planting false rumors in the media, paying off tabloids to run negative headlines about Doug. The courtroom was stunned. Melissa's testimony was the final blow to Jackie's case. The media had been duped into believing Jackie's version of events, but the truth was now out. Jackie had been manipulating the narrative, using the media to her advantage, all while secretly working against Doug behind the scenes. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse for Jackie, Doug's attorney revealed one last piece of evidence, a folder containing sensitive information that would change everything. As the attorney handed the folder to the judge, the room fell silent. Inside were emails and phone logs that showed Jackie had been feeding sensitive business information to Doug's competitors. She had been sharing contracts, client lists, and even product strategies with Doug's rivals, all while pretending to be the loyal wife. The betrayal was not just personal, it was professional and financial as well. Jackie had crossed legal boundaries, and the evidence was irrefutable. The judge, after reviewing the evidence, made it clear that this case was no longer just about a messy divorce. It was about potential criminal charges. The room was filled with gasps as the judge spoke. The case would now be re-examined for possible financial fraud and conspiracy. Jackie's face turned pale as the weight of the situation sank in. Her plan to secure a $300 million payout was falling apart. Not only was her spousal support claim in jeopardy, but she was now facing the possibility of criminal charges for corporate espionage and financial fraud. It was clear that Jackie had underestimated Doug's determination and the power of the truth. Doug, on the other hand, had not only protected his wealth, but also his reputation. As the courtroom proceedings continued, the media began to take notice. Headlines shifted from sympathy for Jackie to outrage at her deceitful actions. Public opinion swung in Doug's favor as the evidence of Jackie's manipulation and financial wrongdoing spread like wildfire. Jackie's PR team scrambled to minimize the damage, but it was too late. The truth had come out, and the public was no longer on her side. Her sponsorship deals began to disappear, and even her closest allies distanced themselves from her. The fallout was swift and unforgiving. Jackie's reputation, once built on a carefully curated image, was now in free fall. Meanwhile, Doug's reputation was stronger than ever. The companies that had once distanced themselves from him during the divorce rumors were now reaching out to rebuild their relationships. Doug had weathered the storm and emerged victorious. His comeback story was just beginning. Jackie, on the other hand, faced an uncertain future. Her legal problems were far from over. The evidence against her was too strong to ignore, and criminal charges could be forthcoming. She might be facing fines, legal fees, and even jail time if prosecutors decided to pursue the case. Her once promising career in Hollywood was now on the brink of collapse. Even her closest friends seemed to have turned their backs on her. As for Doug, he was moving forward. He had regained control of his life, his wealth, and his reputation. The truth had set him free, and now he could focus on rebuilding his empire, while Jackie's world continued to unravel. The courtroom drama had exposed Jackie for who she truly was, a manipulator willing to betray not just her husband, but also the people around her. Doug's triumph was not just about protecting his money, it was about standing up for the truth and refusing to let false accusations define him. Now, the world knew exactly what had happened behind closed doors, and Jackie's carefully constructed narrative was nothing more than a house of cards, crumbling under the weight of the truth.